Well, these aren't blue skies, but in theory we have 3 days of minimal rain. I say minimal because whenever there's clouds here, there's always a chance of rain, but no huge storms coming in. We're gonna take advantage of these 3 days and see how much of the sheathing we can get done. First priority is this office because it's been a pain in the butt to deal with the water. Every time we get a sprinkle, it collects water like a fishbowl and we have to squeegee it all out. I squeegeed it last night and it's mostly dry today, which is awesome. So today we're gonna push to get that upper wall sheathed and then the roof. We still have a small strip here on the far north wall that we have to sheathe as well. Shouldn't be too bad in theory, but we'll see. Also, once we get that upper wall sheathed, we do have one more purlin to install on this roof. We didn't install it because it would have gotten in the way of fastening the sheathing. So we'll do the sheathing first, then we'll do that purlin. At that point, we can start working on the roof and hopefully get this thing sheathed up. Yesterday afternoon, we finished up this strip of 4.5 sheets just below the overhang. We're not totally done with this wall. We have some more sheathing detail up top there, but we're gonna ignore it for now. It's pretty well protected from the rain via the 2-foot overhang. Then we taped it. Just did a quick vertical tape all the way down. Next, we installed this purlin here. We didn't think that we could fasten the zip with the purlin in the way, so we left that purlin off. It was a good move. We were able to fasten it without any issues and then attach the purlin after. After that, we installed blocking on the ends here on top of the end rafters between each of the purlins. The blocking serves 2 purposes for us. The first is that it gives us a nice nailing surface for the sheathing, which will strengthen up that corner. But the other purpose is we're going to be building an overhang outside of the sheathing, and the overhang will attach inevitably to that blocking. We put it in with 60 penny nails, so monster 6 1/4 nails. It ain't going nowhere. The other nice thing is it does lock the purlins into place very strongly. We cut them, you know, very close and had to whack them in. So it's nice and tight. I'm pretty pleased. We did that on both sides. Finally, we did start the roof sheathing here, and we're 3 panels in. It's been going really well. The purlins are perfectly spaced 24 on center. Everything is exactly where it should be. At the ends of the panels here, the 4-foot ends, we're using the Simpson Strong Tie H-clips, and they're going on pretty nicely as well. I'm hoping that things move quickly and we can finish the roof sheathing and tape it off before the end of the day. Well, we've been working on things here. It's been a fight with the rain. Every 15 minutes or so, we'll got a pretty good downpour. Well, more than a sprinkle, less than a downpour. Rain, I guess. So every 15 minutes or so, it'll start raining, which wets everything. And we get excited because it stops. We think, okay, we're gonna be able to put more sheathing up and tape it. And then it starts raining again. Regardless, we've been pushing ahead, putting the sheathing up. We did get some tape on the roof between rains where it looked like it was dry enough for the zip to stick without problems. But yeah, it's been frustrating. This day has got the better of us. The weather forecast throughout most of the day said 0% chance of rain. At the same time, it was pouring here and snowing. It was this awful rain-sleet mix that went off and on all day long, despite the forecast saying that that was not indeed happening. Very, very frustrating because we wanted to really get this finished today. Not only that, but as we got up to put this last piece on the wall here, we realized that the top edge of the zip was exceptionally damaged from rain. In fact, in some areas, it had swelled to over an inch thick, pulled right through all the fasteners. So the nails are deep in very spongy zip. Incredibly frustrating. Because there's such a big ledge now, we want to smooth it out so one, the tape doesn't have such a rough sort of Z-shaped transition, but also so that water doesn't gather in that location. We're gonna have this zip exposed all winter, and we really want to make sure that it's able to shed water. So we're caulking the big fat puffy zip edge, smoothing it out so that hopefully tomorrow the polyurethane is dried enough that we can tape over that horizontal line there. Yeah, very frustrating. I mean, we did get some of the taping done today. It's tough because wherever it's wet, acrylic tape just won't stick, obviously. So we dry and dry and dry and then try to tape, and it's rough. It's not a good day. Unfortunately, every day is forecast with rain from now until infinity. If we can just be dry tonight and get an early start tomorrow, and if the zip is dry where we can tape it, we'll be golden. So we're done with all the roof sheathing. We got all the panels in and fastened and most of the seams taped. Robert's working on the seam between the top wall there and the roof. We're not gonna flash that. We're just using the flashing tape. It'll take 2 pieces of 375 tape all the way across, one on bottom, one on top to fully seal it. The reason we're not doing metal flashing is because this isn't actually our roof. We actually have furring strips, another layer of decking, and then the metal roof. So this is going to be a cold roof style. So I don't think we need the metal there for robustness. A good tape seal should be adequate. This is really just our building envelope here. So I think I'm gonna go up and cut the edge here. We've got some overhang where the roof sheathing is longer than the walls. So I'll walk along the edge with the circular saw, trimming it back, at which point I think we'll then tape the roof edge there. It's a beautiful day up here. At least the sky tells you it's beautiful. It's cold. It got so cold last night, our water all froze. We did get a heat blanket for the pressure tank itself, and that seems to be staying warm, but everything else froze. So as it starts thawing out, we're gonna be watching carefully for leaks this morning. Our plan is to build a foam box around it and to get a heated hose for the RV, but we haven't done that yet. So last night, dropping to 25 Fahrenheit was a bit of a surprise. My guess is it'll be fine, but we're watching. That pressure gauge is reading much higher than one would expect for water. About 40 to 60 psi, I think, is the set points for the relay. 112 psi is, it's a bit spicy, so we'll have to see how it all turns out as it thaws. Anyway, stay tuned and wish us luck on the waterfront. Today we're going to be working on the east and west walls of this lean-to. So this service door wall here and the wall on the end here. We're not going to go and try to finish the full walls of the barn. We're focusing just on these areas. That's our goal for the day. I don't know if we can knock out both walls. In theory we can, I guess. Great place to stop for lunch. We've got these guys in. We just gotta do up there in the corner. It's looking really good, and it's going not fast, but it's going consistent. Like, we're not running into any real issues. Everything seems really nice. We worked until pretty late in the night. It was pitch black by the time we got everything tidied up and put away, but we were able to finish what we wanted to finish. We've got enough sheathing up here to fully protect the roof line, which was our goal. So this went really well. By the time we finished on Saturday night, it started raining, and it rained hard. After that, it swapped to snow and exceptionally high winds. We did have a small leak in the office roof here. It created about a 1 foot circle of moisture on the ground here. And I think it's associated with that joint right there. As you can see, there is a shiner there. So perhaps that shiner worked itself loose or put a hole in the tape. Once the snow melts on the roof, we'll go up there and reseal that. But everything else looks really good in here. Quite pleased. So today we're going to be working on this wall here, and once this is done, we're going to switch to finish the framing on the roof and attaching the roof after that. So that's our priority. Once that roof is on, we feel like our investment's going to be pretty protected, and we can work on the sheathing for the rest of the walls. Well, it's been another late night. Can't really see what we've gotten done, but rest assured, the office is now closed on all 3 sides, exterior walls at least, and ceiling. We're now ready to move on to the roof of the office. We'll start that tomorrow, but for tonight, I think it's time for sleep.